Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Ancient Overland. And in today's episode, I'm going to be telling you about my platform build. So as you can see, I've got some super strut, and that's actually recycled super strut that I used from the roof rack video if you watched that one in season 1. So originally I had it all wonky like that, and you can see, look at it, the weird connections, and I was just trying to get it to see what it would look like if I built a frame. Is this gonna work and whatnot? So there's some Frankenstein, just using weird pieces that I had lying around from when I dismantled it. So here's the original thought, and I thought I would make that one side. I'm trying to be able to get to the spare tire. So I would have a lid, or at least a cutout right there, like a trap door, so you could still access the spare tire. And then here's another view. And so I decided to scrap this view, or scrap these pieces, and use much longer pieces. I had two 5-foot length pieces that I would use, and just build a rectangle basically, and then use way less. See those bolted on L-shaped pieces? I used a lot less of those and just got way smarter. And here is that now.
Alright, so I'm working on the platform here. So here is, this is just a mock-up. It's pretty neat. I pulled out the trim, and then this one sits right there. That one is right there. And it goes straight that way. So that's just propping it up, because this lengthwise one here, that's too short. I need to get another piece and make it a little bit longer, so this piece is straight. It's on an angle right now, but anyway, I bolted that piece right there. Can't believe that actually worked, and it's a solid. So then I just hit another L guy connecting that thing. So I need to cut off this excess, and then I'm going to try and do something similar over here, although I don't know exactly how I'm going to do that yet, because I don't want it all the way over that way. Or maybe I do. Maybe I'll do the exact same thing that I did here over there. But see, there's like a little hose thing. I don't know. I'll have to check it out. But that's going to be the platform. So then I'll just have a piece of wood over from the middle up to the fridge, and then kind of maybe around and up to the center console there. And then I'll have another piece that'll be cut into 3 pieces, I guess, so I can have a trap door or whatever, so I can still access the tire. I never see anybody making the platforms and still being able to access their spare tire, and that's a full-size spare that I fit in there. So yeah, it's gonna be pretty cool. And then on this side, I don't know, maybe shelves. I'm thinking shelves, not cabinets, so I have max room for my bed, which will take up most of this whole area. But and then I'll put the battery down there or down there. I I like leaving this whole space open, because I'll probably put water over there somehow, or I'd like to put water underneath the fridge and the passenger seat there, because I really don't know what else to put there. So I got to find some kind of containers, or figure out some way to make something to store water under there. I don't know. That sounds crazy, but that's what I'm working on. It's gonna be awesome. All right, so I've been at it all day, or all night, and then now all day. So I got these little L-shaped things. I popped the little plug out, and I just used a washer and I shoved it in there and grabbed a bolt before it fell down, and then I threw a washer, locking nut, and a nut on there. And now this thing here, get back. So yeah, it's this thing's solid. So the frame is basically done. I have the larger L on this side, and I need to cut that excess off. And I didn't want to go all the way to this hole here. Didn't want to go there because then I would have lost all this space. So I'm still going to make this straight, I think. The board on top. But yeah, it's coming out good. Like, I took the trim that went here out, and now this is just resting on it. So what I want to do is screw either something like one of these. You know, it'll just barely work. And, you know, pull this out. And then attach something like this to this. And make it go lengthwise. Or, you know, just take a piece short and attach it to here, and then use this to attach here to that piece. That's what I'm thinking I will do. Very difficult to get the screw in there because I got to go in through these holes to grab the nut or whatever you're going to do. So maybe I do that upside down. Feed the bolt in up, you know, and then through a piece like this, and then attach it like that. That way it's bolted to the chassis, and this is solid. It's not touching that middle anymore. It was resting on that, now it's not. So this is really coming along good. And I think that support there and there is going to be enough, because I didn't want to block the ventilation of the refrigerator at all, because the seat used to be right up, the cushion of the seat where you sit would have been right up against that, so that was no good. So now I've got airflow there. Now I just need to figure out where am I going to put my battery, and where am I going to mount the solar charge controller and the fuse box. So there's a bunch of different places, and I kind of want to rip all this out because I know that's just wasted space right there. And if my bed's right there, I kind of want that to be straight, so I'm not, you know, bumping again into this thing like I have been doing. So probably gonna do that. Not today, maybe on my next day off. But yeah, so everything's ready to go. I just need to get the right size washers for these and cut a piece for there and for there. Cut that piece off, and then once the frame is done and secure, I'll buy some wood. I'm still thinking it needs to be two pieces, one from about there all the way up, and then like that, so like a Utah shaped piece of wood. And then right here I'd have one that goes across the whole thing, but this would be cut out, so it might be 1, 2, 3 pieces of wood. I don't know how I'm going to do it yet. If I pull the trim out, then I lose this little shelf. That's where this curve came from. And I've already tossed this up there to see what it looks like, and it's going to look good. It already looks good. and it is sturdy and strong and bolted down with locking washers, since I learned how to play with this when I built the roof rack, and now I understand how you should build something versus how you think you should build something. Like, this one's on a weird angle, but I want it like that. You'll see why later. And if I can want to change it, I can. But really, I'm just trying to keep this so I can still get down to the tire, because I see all these builds and you forgot all about your spare. How are you going to get that out of there? You'd have to pull out your drawer, your giant heavy drawer kitchen. See, I'm trying to go light. The only thing I'm going heavy on is my frame. Everything else is going to be light. So we'll see what happens.
Holy shit, look at this giant thing. That's a cicada killer. There were tons of them.
Oh my god, the cicada killer has a cicada. I think he's trying to fly off with it. Look at the size of this thing. Here. It's my hand for comparison. As close as I'm getting to it. This thing's huge. He's just murdering this thing. Holy shit. Wow.